Hey there, welcome to the shop. I'm Cindy Daychuck with Queen Bee Creations, and today we are doing a thrift flip. Pardon me, it's freezing in here. I have multiple sweaters on. Oh, just gets chilly. So what I do have is I have this big candle. Candle holder. This is from Pottery Barn. I thrifted it for, let me think, $7 less 30%, so about $5. And I have this thrifted lamp, just minus the shade. And I thrifted this for $3.50. So I'm into this for $8.50. And really, that's it. We're gonna take this sucker apart, and we're actually making this item for me. So we're gonna ultimately get it all painted out, and this is the only way that I justify doing this big lovely Pottery Barn candle holder, because it's for me. But to get this taken apart, we are just going to remove, sometimes they're ready to remove. This one is not. So, meaning sometimes the base is loose, that it's kind of separated, that felt fabric. What I want to get to under here oh, we've got a whole cardboard piece in there. So underneath all of this stuff, there will be a bolt, right? So we're just going to remove that, loosen that all up. It looks like it's been kind of plastered in place, but we will get that loosened up and removed. I'm just looking for some heavy-duty pliers. And once that's loosened up, this baby should come apart, right? I don't know how much of it. I'm hoping only to here. I'd like this all to be one piece, right to the base. I want it just to take off the light part, but let me get that. Oh, okay, it's coming. Let me just get this loosened and then we'll see where we're going. Okay, so this came apart just fine. I had to cut the wires, but because I'm not using it as a lamp, that's okay. Now this stays here, in which case I am going to want some kind of a finial. I don't have one that automatically fits this and screws on nicely, so it means I'm going to have to make one. I did consider taking this, which is an old chess piece, and I also considered taking this little bird that I thrifted. So I don't know which I'm actually going to use. So I am going to drill a hole in both of them. And I tested this drill size and put this on the top to make sure that it fit, because I don't want to drill tons of unnecessary holes. So I am just going to drill holes into these, and we'll see which one we end up using based on which one can I get a deep enough hole in without it breaking. That's really the decision point. While my drill recharges, I haven't been able to get the hole in them yet to be able to check and see. What I do want to do is attach these two together. So I'm going to use a combination of glues. I just find this works better. Now this E6000 is dying. The top half is completely hardened. So I'm just seeing if I can squeak out one more project with the bottom half, or if this feels soft. Yeah, feels soft, but it's gummy, which means it's not going to work. Okay, I have gone to smaller tubes because then they don't all dry out before I get a chance to use them all up. So I'm going to do, let me just see, I need outside rims. So what I like to do is do this kind of glue in spots around the outside. And I'm kind of adding it in thick layers. And then I'm going to take some hot glue. And I think I'm running low here, so I'm going to take some hot glue. Let me just get this over here and ready to go. And I do the hot glue last because obviously I need to move faster with that than the E6000. But I find the combination works well for holding things in place. Okay, and that is pretty darn good. I just have one little leak. And the rest is good. So I'm going to leave this to dry overnight so that we can get it painting tomorrow. But we've got this big, tall, statuesque piece now ready to go. I know I haven't told you what it is yet, but I have to get my pieces drilled. I just need my drill to do that so that I can get whatever topper I'm going to use, that I can get that painted at the same time. This is going to be a fast one, guys. All right. Our candlestick and lamp are glued together. And as you can see, pretty darn strong. Now, I elected to go with the chest piece. It seemed to suit the piece more because this is long and tall and so is the chest piece. And I think it's going to work well for the final product. But before we get to that, I'm painting it out in ash. Now, obviously, if you're doing this for yourself, you paint it in whatever color works for you, for whatever room, environment, client, whatever you're painting it for. This is for me. So my bathroom is kind of in pale grays, but the accents are in fusion ash. Oh, sorry, not ash, cast iron, which, and I caught that because I was going to say, which is like a cast iron color, obviously, hence the name. I'm just looking for the brush that I wanted to use, and I'm not finding it. Figures. Okay, well, we'll go with this one then. It's, the one I'm looking for is probably waiting to be washed, which would be so like me. But I'm just going to get an all over coat of paint on this. I want to unify it, and then that way it's going to match the rest of the decor. And this is going in my bathroom. So I'll show you once it's all painted out how we're going to use it. I saw this idea, and well, actually my sister saw the idea, shared it with me, and then I saw the idea, and then I decided, oh, that's perfect for me. So I started looking around at my stash of items here and figured, okay, I can use that. That's going to be perfect. And this lamp that I had, actually, the lighting mechanisms on it didn't work anyway. So it was kind of a waiting to become a project piece. And so this was perfect. And I always have candlesticks here because I pick them up whenever I can. And for this, I wanted something that was nice and solid. And so this particular candlestick was perfect for the lamp up on top. So I'm going to finish getting this painted. I'm going to leave it to dry. I'm out of here for the rest of the weekend after this. So it's going to have more than enough time to dry fully. I don't know if I'll need 2 coats up top. This bottom definitely isn't going to need it. It's because it's a dark base and there's great coverage with the cast iron. 1 coat is doing the job. I'm just trying to get it to look a little bit smooth so we have a nice finish on it. And then I'll come back and it'll be done and I'll show you what we're doing with it. Just inquiring minds. The final step in the process for me, you could just leave it as it is. You could just leave it painted, whatever color you had chosen to. Because it's got details and because we know this is going in my bathroom and my bathroom has silver accents, handles, etc. I'm gonna add some gilding wax. I'm using any Sloan because that's what I have open. I have Prima waxes here in the shop. You could use a luster paste, whatever your preference happens to be. Now, I'm gonna put some out because I want to dip it on my finger, but I don't want tons. I just wanna use the natural details of it to just create a little bit of highlight. And of course, the finial topper that I'm using is this chest piece, and it has a lot of detail to be able to play up as well. So I'm just going to add some, you can already see it popping, just to kind of highlight it a little bit. I'm not going crazy, but you know, just it's got detail and I might as well show that off a little bit and kind of go from there. So I use my finger. You could use a little tiny brush if you wanted. You could use a little stencil brush is often good for applying this. Whatever works best for you and the look that you're after and that you want to achieve. So I'm going to get this on and then come back and stage it up for its use. Now, look at the details that come out with adding the silver. Now, I did not attach this because I wasn't sure if I was going to use, remember the little bird finial on top? And if I had gone with that, then I needed to be able to remove it. So you keep in mind about the sizing. I'm going to actually be able to glue this in place for this because it's thin enough to be able to do this. This becomes my toilet paper holder in my bathroom. And so putting my little finial on top, I can still put a roll of toilet paper over top of that finial. So I'm going to be able to glue that in place. If you choose to have something bigger, fatter, chunkier, then just drill it so that it can sit on some kind of, you know, like this is a dowel or screw something, so it can just sit on top and it can be easily removed, toilet paper added, and take it off when you need to take out a roll. So this guy is tall enough that once I put him in place, I actually can fit 4 rolls. And this just becomes a much fancier looking little toilet paper holder than the cheap little silver stick. Stick with a platform that I've got happening in there right now. I think it's cute. You tell me what you think. Love to hear from you as always. Looking forward to seeing you on the next one. I didn't know I'd be doing a toilet paper holder, but now I'm glad I did. See you soon. Take care.